I'm going to Puerto Rico with or without you. That's what she said to me. And I knew she was serious because she said it when she wanted to have a baby. I'm having this baby with or without you. But lucky for her, I came through both times. As I mentioned in an earlier video while living in North Carolina, we still had this strong desire to move back to Puerto Rico, but this time into our own home. We looked at all the real estate sites, SoulPR, Realtor.com, Point to Homes, real estate company, personal websites, with no luck. So in February 2021, we go to Puerto Rico for a week to check out some land we heard about in the town that we were interested in. Since we weren't finding any existing homes in that area, we decided to let's buy some land and we can maybe build something. When we saw the land, it really wasn't suitable for our needs. So we felt that we were running out of options. We only had 2 days left before our flight back to North Carolina. Both upset. We wasted our time, we wasted money, and now we're going back to square one. So my wife immediately gets back onto the computer and she's looking on, I believe it was Zillow.com, and she finds this property that was available. It's a house and land that was available in the town. It was about 2 hours away. So she calls the realtor and says, look, I have 2 days left before I fly out. Is it possible that we can come by and see this property tomorrow? So the realtor calls the client. The client says no problem, and he booked us an appointment for the following day. So the next day we meet the realtor in the town square, and the property from the town square was probably another 15-20 minute drive through the mountains. Beautiful scenery. Property to us at the time seemed very remote, but now that we're used to driving around here, it just seems normal, but it was a little trek. So when we get to the property, we're blown away by the view. The house is nice, needs a lot of work. It's cosmetic work. The house is probably about 23 years old, hasn't been painted since it was first built, and the owner really didn't live there. He would come there once in a while, but he primarily lived in San Juan. So it had a lot of farm equipment, more like on a hoarding situation. It required a lot of cleaning and painting and gutting, but it had potential. So we get back. So at the time, my wife and I were saying, "Is this what you want?" And she says, "I love it." I said, "Me too." So we said, "Okay, let's put in an offer. Let's put in an offer today." So we go back to their office, which is another hour drive away from the property. So my wife, having over 20 years experience as a realtor and as a broker, she handles all the negotiations, and she offers way below asking price. I wasn't even aware that she was going to make this offer, and I'm sitting there thinking, they're not going to take that. That's a ridiculous offer. Realtor calls the client. Client says, "I'll take it." So that was great. So we start the contract, getting all the paperwork done, and my wife says, "I'm putting down $1,000 good faith deposit," and the realtor is working with the broker on this deal. So now the broker says it has to be $8,000. That's the minimum we take here in Puerto Rico. And my wife tells the broker, says, "Look, it's just a good faith deposit just to make the contract legal, and the balance is going to be paid at closing." But the broker insisted, "No, you need $8,000." So, and we were prepared to put our good faith deposit down and get this process moving forward. And so when the broker was insistent, we just said, "Thank you for your time. We appreciate it, but we're going to continue to look." And we left. We got up and we left. And the next day, we head to the airport. We caught our flight back to North Carolina, and that was it. We felt that when it's meant to be, it'll be, And so we lived as if we never even went to Puerto Rico. But every month, my wife was on the computer looking at this listing. And every month, for the next 7, 8 months, it's still available. So come, and so we were there in February of 2022. In December of 2022, she gets on the computer and sees that this property is still listed. So she's thinking it's got to be an error. So she gives the realtor a call and asks, is the property still available? And he said it was. Why did he say that? February 2022, we're on a plane back to Puerto Rico. Sitting in the broker's office, my wife says to the broker, I'm offering you the same price that I offered you last year with the same good faith deposit of $1,000. And the broker looks at her and says, look, we've been through this. It's $8,000. So my wife says, do me a favor, call your seller and tell him that the same buyers are here. They want to buy the house with the same price, but they're only going to put $1,000 good faith deposit. So she gets on the phone in front of us, and you can hear the guy. And the guy says to her, sell my house. So upon hearing that, the broker kind of like relinquished, and she says, we'll take it. We'll take the $1,000. We wrote the check, signed the contract, and we were done. So now we have to set the closing date. And my wife says, look, we can close in 60 days. The broker says impossible. She says, why impossible? She said, because you still have to sell your house in North Carolina. She says, don't worry about that. We'll get it sold. Be prepared to close in 60 days. So we put 60 days on the contract as the tentative closing date. Go back to North Carolina. My wife being the realtor, she lists the house, priced it to sell. We were under contract in 4 days, and we actually closed in 30 days. So now we're back in Puerto Rico. We packed up all what made it even better, the buyer offered to buy all our furniture. So we didn't have to worry about shipping all our furniture. So all we had to ship were all our personal effects, which still came out to a lot, and also shipping our car. So now we're back in Puerto Rico. This is April, and we have 1 week left to close. We call the broker, and we told her our house is sold. We're here on the island. Be prepared to close next week. And the broker says, well, they haven't moved anything out. We said, well, that's not our fault. That's your client. You know, we have a closing date. Meet that closing date. So I think a day or two before the closing, we go to the property, and we see the realtor, the assistant to the deal, moving all the crap out of the property, because this guy was a hoarder. He had stuff inside the house, outside the house. It was a mess. It was truly a mess. And it took him 4 truckloads from the township to come so he can throw, most of it was garbage, throw all that stuff away and take it to a dump. It took him 4 days. No, it took him 2 days. 4 trucks. So closing day comes, we do the final walkthrough, everything's out. It's not clean like it should have been, but we knew we had to do a lot of work ourselves anyway. So we went back to the office, we approved the walkthrough, and now we go to the closing in San Juan. So we drive out to San Juan. The closing was at the mortgage company. The process goes smooth thanks to my wife, and we've been here for, it'll be 2 years in another month, and another month and a half in April, it'll be officially 2 years, and we're loving it. We've been doing a lot of work to the house. We painted the house. Still a lot of projects, but we're enjoying it. We're enjoying the experience. We love being out here in the country, the solitude, just nature, being in nature. And I think the town itself, maybe 6,000 people total in the whole town, and it covers probably 50 square miles. So we're really loving this experience, and I wouldn't have it any other way. So I just hope this shared some information about buying a home here in Puerto Rico. If you have any questions, please leave a comment. Just ask. If you enjoyed this video and look forward to any future videos, please like, subscribe, and I wish you all once again a great day. Thank you.